Trump orders additional 500 National Guard troops to Washington after the shooting incident. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that extra forces will stiffen resolve and make sure the attacker faces swift and certain justice. This brings a total Guard presence in Washington, D.C. to roughly 2,700 soldiers, up from the 2,200 already on the ground. This is going to see 500 more National Guard troops deployed in D.C.
Announced that I have directed the Department of War to mobilize an additional 500 troops to help protect our capital city. We will make America totally safe again, and we will bring the perpetrator of this barbaric attack to swift and certain justice if the bullets going in the opposite direction haven't already done that.
All right, let's go straight across to Mr. Eric, a U.S.-based journalist, senior journalist who's joining us live on Republic. Thanks for joining us here, Mr. Eric. Mr. Eric, you know, there's so many angles here, but the first part I want to ask about is that Trump is saying that definitely this is an act of terror, and the suspect has been identified as an Afghan national. Now, there are many questions which are being raised, Mr. Eric, about how he entered the United States.
It appears that the suspect entered the United States through the Afghan withdrawal after we went in and decided to pull all of our troops out very rapidly and quickly. It's pretty clear that when you do something like that, not everybody that enters the country under that asylum basis is they're not going to get vetted as well as they should have. We probably did not know who everyone was or their affiliations, and it appears that this could potentially turn into that kind of situation where he came in through the withdrawal and he was not properly vetted, and he also had overstayed his visa, so he should have been deported. This strengthens President Trump's immigration policy for sure, and we're going to see probably some swift action in the near future with immigration.
Yes, speaking of swift action when it comes to immigration, what steps will the investigators take now to trace the background of this Afghan national? And how do you really see which agencies will be coming together to solve this latest incident and this attack?
I would be willing to bet that we're going to see a lot of Homeland Security. The director, Kristi Noem, is probably going to head that up. I would assume with it being an international issue, there may be a CIA influence in there as well as the FBI with Director Patel. He's already made several statements already, so I would assume that he's going to be a very key factor in that investigation. We're going to know everything that there is to know about him very quickly, and we will hopefully come up with some kind of plan to prevent this from happening. Two National Guard members from West Virginia were killed by what we think is an act of terror. And this can't happen, especially the day before a very large holiday here in the United States, where all the families should be together celebrating togetherness. This definitely will put a big damper on the week.
Yes, Mr. Eric, I really wanted to hold on for a second there. We're getting some more breaking updates coming in. So let's go to the next set of breaking updates for our viewers. U.S. citizenship and the Immigration Service has issued a statement effective immediately. Processing of all immigration requests relating to Afghan nationals is stopped indefinitely, pending further review of security and vetting protocols. Now the protections and safety of our homeland and of the American people remains our singular focus and mission. This is a big update coming in, viewers, on Republic TV. And if we can go back to Mr. Eric on this. Mr. Eric, now we definitely see that the investigators and the other agencies are making sure that the right protocols are followed. What does this really mean? Because right now we see that the focus has gone on Afghan nationals who are trying to come to the United States. What kind of an impact do you see this having in the next few months?
Well, you have to sit back and think. We're dealing with the Biden administration's open border policy, and especially with this situation where he was brought into the country rapidly without the proper vetting, we're seeing a reactive administration right now, because the Biden administration at the time when we could have used the proper vetting and the policies and procedures to be upgraded and followed properly, it didn't happen. So President Trump is now on the reactive, aggressive reaction to getting these policies tightened up, put back together, and then go through our country and find out where these bad actors are. We know that every immigrant in our country is not a bad actor. However, we do know that there are bad actors here. So the goal is going to be to get in and find everyone that we can, and get them properly vetted. There shouldn't be any issues. President Trump has given plenty of notification to leave the country and re-enter properly. This gentleman obviously overstayed his visa. He did not follow our immigration policies. So it's a kind of a needle in a haystack. We have to find everybody and get them vetted.
Yes. And, Trump is essentially, when he was speaking, he's saying that the Biden era intakes of refugees have what he is saying has weakened national security. Now we can expect more developments. Do you expect a showdown now between the Republicans and Democrats over this issue?
I think the Republicans and Democrats do agree that there needs to be some kind of immigration reform, that the open border policy was not very successful. What they disagree on is how to deal with it after they've already entered the country under the 4 years of Biden. I think this weakens the Democrats' stance, where it's going to strengthen President Trump's ambition towards finding the rest of the illegals that are in the country and expelling them from the country. I don't understand where there could be a possible retaliation to that policy right now, with 2 National Guardsmen shot dead. This is something that I believe is going to act quickly, and any Democrat that allows this to happen says it's okay for this to happen is going to be in the minority. I think we're going to see, hopefully, a coming together of Republicans and Democrats to solve this problem in the future.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us there, Mr. Eric, joining us live from the United States on the latest updates that we're getting from the U.S., where we